periods. And now we move on to 133, senior Jett Strickenberger against Hunter Ross. West Virginia out in front early. Got to have the dramatic intro.
Yeah, I guess so. He was waiting. It was like fashionably late. That's how you arrive at the party right there.
Wouldn't expect anything less.
No.
Love it.
Strickenberger ready to go as a senior. NCAA qualifier, of course, a year ago, and he comes out very aggressive.
Yeah, he's long. He gets to places people don't anticipate. Nice job with the shot and a good finish.
3 points, West Virginia.
And you're right, Kyle. The aggressiveness and being off the whistle, wrestling right from the very beginning.
Cut him loose there, 3-1 lead as we wrestle near the boundary.
Well, one thing you try not to get into too much is situations where you're trying to muscle stuff through like he was right there, like trying to lift from down there like that. That's the stuff that'll tire you out over a period of time. As if the rest of the match isn't tiring enough.
Strickenberger in again.
So see what I mean? Like most people would have probably been stopped where he was, but he's able to get to the leg and then circle around back toward the other side.
Yeah, that was unorthodox, but very, very effective.
You know, and look, a lot of stuff is get yourself in the wrestling room, right? Get yourself in positions and work your way through it, wrestle your way through it, so that when you get that way in the match, you have some familiarity with where you might catch a foot, where you might catch an elbow or something like that, where you can step, how you want your weight to go, things along those lines. And so a lot of that stuff is willing to be in the room and put yourself in some uncomfortable situations and just work your way through it.
Minute and a half left. Strickenberger cut him loose after the first takedown. Now he's working from the top. Very, very close to being out of bounds. Strickenberger with that left foot. There it goes out of bounds. So we'll restart with 1:11 left in this first period. These two veteran wrestlers, Schaefer and Strickenberger, coming out aggressive for West Virginia right off the top.
Well, that's their job, right? I mean, you set the tone, right? I mean, it's like being the leadoff hitter, right?
Yeah.
Your job is to get on base and set the tone.
Ross, one of the individuals for Glenville, ranked in the preseason at number 11.
Improve here.
You know, he was a big guy for Coach Cottrell last year. He fell short of his goal of making the national tournament, but, you know, Coach really believed that just a couple more wins out of his season, he felt that he could be on the podium at nationals.
3 more for Strickenberger there, Tony.
Well, I mean, again, he's been doing a really nice job. I mean, he stayed on top through that, going out of bounds, right? So the count was just like, you need to improve your position or I'm going to warn you for stalling being on the edge of the mat.
So remaining on top. A little bit of a different strategy here after the second takedown.
Well, I mean, spend some time on top, beat him up a little bit there and there, make him carry his weight, you know, just... It's a lot easier, it's a lot harder when you're carrying the weight of 2 people, especially with force applied to it, right? But the thing with Strickenberger here is he's pretty good at pulling people backwards and getting that near fall. Got about 8 seconds left in the period. Another decent return. And you can see Ross... What you want to do on the bottom is when you get down there is to start moving right away, right? And Ross has allowed his hip to get settled, which gives Strickenberger a chance to settle in on him and make him grind him a little bit more.
So he spends the final 2 minutes of that first period on top. We begin the second with a 6-1 lead. And it'll be Ross on top here, period number 2.
Pretty nice high half.
Nice job by Ross to
maintain
control.
So some of the same stuff, right? You get up, your hip hits the mat. You got to pop up as fast as you can to get back to some way to scramble. And in this case, looks like Ross, he's under the arm. He's got the half on the other side. But there's Strickenberger, does a nice job of sealing him off, right? Seals him off, doesn't let him underneath. Finds a way to create some space with his hips and gets up to his feet, and he's out.
Yeah, that burst gets him out. 7-1 the score.
I see what Ross was going there from the top position, really trying to put some weight on top of Strickenberger, and he's in on a shot. Jett does a nice job defending that. He was really trying to put some pressure on Jett's head there, but it allows Strickenberger from the bottom to seal off as soon as he goes for that combination for a turn to then escape off of it.
Yeah, he does a nice job of it, right? And so
45 seconds, 45.
Yeah, fingers, guys.
yeah, the old fingers thing. That everybody does it, and everybody hates it at the same time. Strickenberger, nice job of just changing the angle and jumping over the top. And now he's
Danger red.
pretty much there's a takedown.
Third one for Strickenberger. Back on top.
All right, about 20 seconds left in the period. Got about a minute and a half advantage in riding time.
1, 2.
And wasn't sure why he was counting there necessarily.
Finish this second period. Strickenberger in control, and again, the ride time clock at 1:48.
All right,
Have
Ross is
a
going.
neutral start.
Yeah, Ross is going to take neutral. He's had enough of getting pounded down there, right? So why do it? Why do it some more? And he probably figures his best shot is to try to get a takedown. He had a pretty decent shot the last time. Problem with that high crotch sometimes is you got to cover a lot of ground to get to the corner and the hip, and Strickenberger beat him to the spot and was able to defend that pretty well.
And like you pointed out at the beginning of the match, Jett's so long, he gets to those positions that a typical wrestler can't get to. And he really finds a lot of opportunities to exploit wrestlers off of that.
No, I mean, that's why he's good, right?
Yeah.
You know, on the one hand, it lets people into you a little bit, but on the other hand, it becomes a plus and a minus depending on how you're wrestling him and what you're trying to exploit.
Again, good defense of the shot there by Strickenberger. This has been a very solid all-around performance, as you would expect from a nationally ranked wrestler. And again, he's trying to finish this third period straight.
Right? He's in a good place where he's going to get a takedown. He tried to get a near fall there, but Ross does a good job of bailing out.
Did a nice job there, Jett, in on the shot. Ross sitting on his butt, feels that he's not going to be able to hand fight his way to cut across to that double, immediately shelves the leg and gets the two.
Let him out, and we're going to move back to the center here with 42 seconds left.
We're basically in the same position we were in the last match, right? You're up by enough that if you get a takedown, you're going to get a technical fall, and that's sort of what they're looking for here with about 35 seconds left in the match. Nice shot. Oh, Ross tried to really give him that hip and put that thigh into him, which sort of knocked him off. But again, Strickenberger stays in on the leg, and that's going to be the match. That's just a nice job right there.
That was beautiful. Ross hips in, trying to get him off. As soon as he does so, Jett goes right with it, elevates the sweep shot, and finishes it.
Final 10 seconds here. Strickenberger, junior college national champion. He's established himself as one of the best in his weight classes. And with the ride time, that makes it 17-2. The final for Strickenberger. So Schaefer and Strickenberger, very dominant performances to get this one underway tonight. This is Big 12 Now on ESPN+.